What is up? I'm going to be going through one of our lower body training sessions, which is our dynamic effort lower body training session inside of our strength and power phase. So this is our week 5. So after our dynamic warm up, the first thing we're getting into is a little bit of a power contrast set. So we're doing depth to vertical jumps, and then we're matching that and pairing that with a power clean. Now, this is called a reverse contrast set, where you do the plyometric movement first, and then you go into your power or strength type of movement. This is to get your body moving faster, get the rate of force production up, moving higher, so then you can take that into your power or strength-based movement, and in a prime state, now you could potentially lift a little bit more. So I'm using a power clean, where I'm simply trying to rip the bar up as high as I can. If you're using any velocity-based type of training, you want to be at around 1 meter per second with these. I believe when I tested this out, I was around 1.25. So I'm showing you some different alternatives with the box jumps. Depth to vertical is a great one, focusing on maximal vertical force production. Then the second one, if you go back and watch, is a box jump where I'm really trying to focus on quick ground contact times. I'm a strength and power based athlete, but I really struggle with the elastic nature and utilizing the stretch shorten cycle quickly. So that's why I had that one, and that's the one I primarily did. But this variation, you're not worrying about the ground contact anymore, and you're simply trying to jump up as high as you possibly can with this. I definitely recommend that you take your time, and if you feel your height decrease, then you stop doing this a little bit more. Now, I'm just doing some banded primers. I'm just trying to jump, get in and out of the hole quickly, just getting my body ready before I start to get into some heavier loaded movements. So with banded back squats or any type of dynamic based effort movements, typically you want to be around 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max. So this would be more towards the 40% for me. And then we're pairing it with an overspeed training. So if we're looking at the force velocity curve, the banded back squat would be in our strength, speed, or power. And then we're really going on the bottom of that force velocity curve with the overspeed type training to get that big contrast effect and that post-activation potentiation. Again, for me, I struggle with being very quick and very fast and very explosive. So having more things that require my body to move that way are going to help my overall performance overall. Next, we're getting into our posterior chain work, so more glute hammies with the banded kettlebell swings. Definitely recommend you have some good headphones that won't fall out of your ears when doing this, or else they will fall out. So the whole goal of this is to get in and out of that stretch position where you feel your glutes and hamstring stretch, and shorten what's called the amerization phase, which is the eccentric, that brief moment before to go to concentric. So after that, now we're going to go into our banded broad jump. So I'm using a little bit thicker bands today, which is really going to force me to drive through and produce a lot of muscular driven power. So when doing these, I definitely like to imagine that I'm trying to jump as far as I can. When I'm doing these right now, I'm trying to imagine jumping up at a little bit higher angle, more at a 45. I tend to jump straight out, which limits how far I actually get. So I'm actually trying to jump up a little bit and not worrying as much about distance. After you get done with the banded broad jumps, then take some time and rest. And then we're going to go into that unresisted plyometric. So it's more of a complex, it's a little bit of a layer. So think loaded power-based movement, then slightly resisted power-based movement, and then we get into our unresisted movement, which would be our broad jump. And then to finish it all off, I feel really good after doing a lot of power-based work. We did a little speed work with our sled sprints, and then into an unresisted sprint of about 5 to 10 yards. I think I only get to take a few steps because our gym is limited. If you like this training, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and drop any questions